Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Grandma's Teeth, Nagging Horses. How are you guys doing today? How's life? In between the episodes, I did craft a few ruins, I did brew a few potions, and now we have our Sojourner Sash, a band of mana, and the Pyroclast pendant. Well, with the Sojourner Sash you might not notice the difference, but we can jump one block higher, which is now 4 blocks. Cause we also have the Boots of the Traveler, and we do run a teeny tiny bit faster, but I'm not sure if you can notice it. Also from the montage that I have made you, some of you observant viewers might notice that we have the sauna, and we have the spa. So why the hell are we going to need a potion which gives us the same effect as the sauna? You can't take the sauna to everywhere. You can carry the potion in a bag. So yes, mobility. We have 2 stacks of ignis infused stone in our inventory. What we're going to do is that we're going to trash it. And over at our Thaumcraft base, we're going to go into creative, we're going to copy this ignis, and we paste it here. Yeah, I would say this one looks much nicer. So what is the plan for today? Well, I'm glad you asked. At this very moment, we do have a gold banded Greatwood wand. It's not that bad, but it can only hold 50 V. And if we want to charge it, I have to break mushrooms. It's actually not a very bad mechanic, you get a decent amount of V, but it's not enough. What we want to be able to do is that we want to take a node and put it in a jar. I have done the research. You liar. Yes, it's over here. This recipe, if we want to transfer a node, requires 70 of each and every V, which is something that we can't really do because, we can only hold 50. The quest book is actually telling us we need to make a primal charm. Because I think it is time to start making a scepter. So we're going to need 2 of each and every cluster, because I'm sure we're going to need 2 primal charms. Yeah, you see, we're already out. This is why we want better ones and we want to be able to charge it faster. Okay, these are the clusters. Now for each primal charm, we're going to need 50 of each and every V, meaning that I have to refill this guy twice. Well, not twice, because our wand gives us a 5% discount, Goggles of Revealing also gives you a 5% discount. And no, the garbage robes are not worth it. It's like 6% more. Oh, I think it's full. Okay. Oh, I kind of forgot we also need 2 of you. So ladies and gentlemen, here is our first primal charm. That is a quest. Perfect. Oh, it gives you 4 mixed crystals. Okay. My bad. But now we come to the main part, making our first scepter, which is going to hold 75 V. Oh, and it gives you an extra primal charm. Well, I did craft 1, so we're not wasting anything. I need to make a Greatwood rod, and I think we have enough because we do have a discount, yes. Oh, I haven't made it yet. Why did you give me the quest? I have also been a relatively wise person and I brought everything that we're going to need with us. Except for the V, which I think I'm going to go outside and recharge my wand. I hate staying indoors. Yeah, it's just that we have problems with mobs. I think I did manage to get every single aspect that we're going to need, so that is very nice. And with that, we should be able to make our first iron-capped Greatwood scepter. Thank you. But this is not the scepter that we want, we're going to use it in order to craft another scepter. And that is obviously going to be the gold cap version. Which literally means I have to gather way more essentia. Oh, and by the way, I was checking the Thaumium caps and no, that's not gonna happen, it needs 90. But we will get there, don't you worry. The iron scepter is full of essentia, we put it in, and here is the gold banded Greatwood scepter. With a capacity of 75. This mod pack is kind of the exception because you have like 50 million caps and 20 million rods, so the combinations are just crazy. But generally speaking, iron cap is the worst, gold is somewhere in the middle, and thaumium is the best. Well, not the best, but the best is far off. You see, the gold banded scepter gives us a 15% discount, while the iron version I don't think gives you any discounts. Well, 5%. That's because it's a scepter, otherwise it would have cost more. One thing that I forgot to mention is that the difference between a scepter and a wand is that the scepter cannot hold the focus. I'm pushing the focus button and nothing is happening. With the wand, I can change it. But the scepters are useful for crafting and activating any type of machines or getting nodes in a jar. And I think they do recharge a bit faster. But we have played with so many versions of Thaumcraft, I don't really remember. Yep, 75. If that is the case, let us go and find a nice node. We're going to have a few nodes and eventually we're also going to have a hungry node, but for the moment we need to find a very specific one. You see, this guy is normal. This guy over here is also normal and it has 4 of the aspects, so it's good. There is no way in the world that you would be able to find a node which has all the 6 aspects, you need to train it. This one is a sinister, we don't want it. Cause during the night it's gonna spawn mobs and it's not very good inside your base. Also for the moment we don't really want a hungry node, it might eat our base. But what I want to do is that I just want to show you different types of nodes. The ones that we have seen are normal or sinister. This one is bright, which is better. It's actually really good, and I haven't drained it. But there is another version which is totally garbage, and I think it was around here. Yeah, this one is called fading. You don't want this. There is actually a quest reward for it. It gives you a fading node. But this is normal, bright, and it has 2 aspects. There is another one here which I have discovered, and this one is also bright, but it has 3 aspects. So maybe we take the one that I originally wanted and then feed the other nodes to him. Oh, there's another one here. Looks bright, but I don't think it is. No, I personally think that this one is a great node. It's bright and it has 3 aspects. And I haven't drained it recently, so that's kind of important. Because when you put it in a jar, it kind of resets. For taking it home, we just need to surround it with glass like so. You know, a 3x3x3, hollow in the middle. We put slabs on top, we're basically making a jar. And then we use our wand and, you know, break it. Thank you. Now we have a nice node in a jar. Also, whenever you place them inside the jar, there's a chance that they're going to lose their potency, but it's a very low chance. If it happens, there's pretty much nothing you can do. You can, but it's not worth it. There are plenty of nodes. Just get a new one. All I'm saying is that once you get the node that you want, you should just put it in its permanent location. Anywho, a few episodes ago, we did manage to get 4 node stabilizers, which is not a horrible recipe anyways, but we got 4. We just have to upgrade one of them. As I mentioned, you cannot put nodes next to each other because they're going to bully and eventually one of them is going to die, and this is why you need to use the stabilizer. If you have an advanced stabilizer, that means the node which is inside the stabilizer can bully the others cannot bully him. And that's what we want. We want this guy to bully everyone. This I think is going to be much easier than I thought because they haven't really changed the recipe. I think the vanilla recipe is like redstone and glowstone. Now it's just the blocks. But let us see what we want. We need some potentia. It also gives us aura. We need some ordo and some precantio, which I can't see it. Yeah, who cares? We take some shards. Oh, and by the way, while we're doing all of this, it doesn't mean that we're not gregging. We're actually gregging really hard. We're processing ores, we're making titanium, we're processing more ores, and more. I have a feeling that this is one of the most unstable recipes that we have crafted. Yeah, it's just a bit higher than the ever full urn. But that went fine. So should this one. Perfection at its finest. And thank you for the quest. I think when stabilizers are active, they're going to consume a 3x3 space. So what we're going to do is that maybe we put you over here, because I need to move these back by 1 block. So the jar goes on top and we shall release you. Nice. And it's not a 3x3 space, but looks nicer. And he has not lost anything. He's still bright. Perfect. Let's go get more nodes. I just got 2 more nodes in a jar because, you know, we have 2 scepters. It's relatively easy. One of them was next to the bridge and I have no idea why it's still showing that it's there. And the other one was next to the village in the savannah. But our friend has Ignis, Ordo, and Aqua. The new friends have Air, Ignis, Preditio, and Terra. It's just that I don't know who's gonna be more dominant. Eat him. Please. Somebody should eat someone. Well, you're eating the Ignis. And you're eating the Terra. Perfect. Good. So our friend is dominant. But this is obviously our first node. We're going to get way more. So our boy is growing. He has all the 6 aspects and these guys are fading away. It's kind of fun to watch. But you guys get the gist. That's basically what we have to do. We have to have powerful nodes. I killed the bat. So that we can recharge our wand and do craftings. But in the meantime that I'm working on the base, there is one more thing that we have to do. I also have to get more nodes, but that's something that I will do on my own, don't you worry. But if you guys remember, a few episodes ago, we had the Eldritch Epiphany. You ran out of something. Oh my goodness, chlorine? Do you eat my chlorine? When you have the warp of 30, you're going to get the Eldritch Epiphany. But when you reach 50, you're going to have the Revelation. We have 47. And we want to be able to bump it up to 50. We just need to have temporary warp, so I'm just gonna eat zombie brains. And wait for the revelation. There is a random chance of getting it, so it's gonna take some time. I was going to say that we are at warp 50 and, well, we got the revelation. Did we? No, maybe not. Oh, and by the way, zombie brain is going to give you temporary ward, which is easy to wash off. We don't really want to go above 50 that much because, well, it might teleport me around and it's not very good for AFKing. Anyways, once we get the revelation, I'll bring you back. I think our friend is going to die. But as I have already mentioned, the quest book is going to give us a few nodes in a jar. They are pale and garbage, but maybe we can use them? You know, we feed it to our friend over here. For example, we know that he's very low on Perditio, so maybe we get some entropy crystals? Oh, and crafting is now way easier. Give me my note. Thank you, thank you. Do we wait for someone to die? And yes, we have warp. But we do not want to get protection because we want the revelation. Ladies and gentlemen, we just managed to get the revelation. Because my favorite robes are unlocked. Therefore, we should drink our potion so that we're no longer affected by warp, and we're going to go on a very small adventure. I was actually on my way on an adventure when the revelation was revealed. Yeah, climbing that is going to be fun. Yes, I was going to go to the magical forest trying to find more nodes. I did manage to find a few bright nodes, but they got damaged. Also, I made myself an extra scepter so that we can carry 3 of them at the same time. Not that many good nodes. It's fine, we will find a few on our way home. That's a fading one. We shall spend the night over here. Lovely place. Getting the nodes up and running is going to take a tremendous amount of time, and I thought in the meantime we do something which is semi-relevant to GregTech. Oh, and by the way, we have 43 warp. That's it. So we all know that in every age we have a different circuit and we have a different metal. Wrought iron was for ULV, ultra low voltage. Low voltage was steel. Aluminium was for medium voltage, stainless steel was for high voltage, titanium is for extreme voltage. We're not short on any of them. And yes, even titanium, as you get it from ilmenite, and I have already processed 3000 dusts. However, if we want to go to the next age, which is going to be insane voltage, there is a problem. You don't see the quest, but we're going to need tungsten. How do we get tungsten? Well, there is a nice ore which we can find on Mars, which is called tungstate. Well, that is tungsten, but you get the idea. There is a tungstate ore. Yeah, this one. All is good and well until you check the recipe of a tier 2 rocket, which you need in order to go to Mars in order to get tungsten. You need tungsten in order to make it. That's fun, isn't it? There are a few ways of getting it. For example, we have been to the moon. We can pulverize the moon turf, centrifuge 36 of it, and well, have a 2.5% chance of getting 4 tungstate. I have went through hundreds of moon turf and we only got 8. Another method is to centrifuge endstone dust. Takes way longer to centrifuge, but has a way higher percentage. You can also get it from a crop, but the problem is that we don't have good crops. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go to the end. We take some instant health, regen, and more regen. That's all we have. We shall also take a flask of flight. Yes, this one. If you repair it, it doesn't work for some reason. And obviously one more important thing that we're going to take is some enchanted golden apples. And apples. We do have spice of life, you can't have that many golden apples. And it's that way. Give me. Doesn't seem to be very far from the base because the direction just changed. I haven't even been like 200 blocks away. Oh my goodness, don't be underwater. No, you're not. It's that way. It should be somewhere around here. Yep. Also, when I say we're not far away from the base, this is the base. We're here. This is why level 27. How deep are you? Oh, we're there, I think. Yes. Please be the portal. No. Well, I guess I have to find the portal. Oh. This seems, No. It's a dead end. Oh my goodness. We should have the sword equipped. Actually, one thing that we can always do, Damascus steel sword blade. I don't want that. I was going to say that one thing that we can always do is that we should be able to cheat. We show caves. And this is the portal room. Where the hell am I? Oh my goodness, I'm far off. It's that way. MC Goffen. Don't know what that is. Oh, not yet. But we're close. Actually, seems to be, yep, over here. Oh, I think last time the same thing happened. We were teleported in. We break this. So I have marked this place on the map. We have our crossbow. We shall have flight, which does work. See you in hell. Oh, it's a good end. Nice. Oops. Not that fast, dude. Where's the dude? So can we kill him without destroying the crystals? Nope. Okay, there is a bug. Yep, I could not fire my bow. Maybe I should have some regen? I think this place is a little bit laggy, because whatever I eat is not really working. That should have been the last crystal. We should be able to kill you. Yeah, this is easy. Yep. We're done. And we get draconium. Why are you angry? Honestly, I was expecting this to be much harder, but it went well. Wait a minute. You get draconium? Huh, okay, okay, I have no idea what it is. We take more. We will read about it later. Also, this is 1.7. There's a hole. I was going to say that this is 1.7, so there should be meteors from Draconic Evolution somewhere, just in case we need more Draconium. And she can't break it. Nice. Vanadium magnetite. Iron in the end. Oh, that is Ender Goo. Yeah, we have a bit of light. Let's go and check it out. I think this is called Ender Goo. Let us take one bucket and see. Oh yeah, Ender Goo. Ender Goo actually comes from a bee, which you don't really want to know how the bee is made, but it's very useful. If you centrifuge it, it has 75% chance of giving you tungstate. I don't know how to gather it though. Death Flower. I like you. Igneous Rock. I like you too. But we are here for Endstone. Let us take some. We are not carrying a crazy amount of Endstone, but I think for the moment that should be more than enough. But one thing that I realized is that if you mix Draconium with bone meal, you get Flora fertilizer. We can have Botania flowers, I think. Let's go home. Oh, we spawn here. Okay, and you see that is the end portal, 700 meters away. That was actually very close. A few hundred episodes ago, we saw a quest that as a reward, we would get some red heart canisters. It's not really great because we're going to get pink hearts, but somebody told me that if you kill the Ender Dragon and kill the Wither, that quest is going to be unlocked. So let us see. Oops. Ah, now we got something. So is it unlocked? No. Maybe I have to do it twice. Still not unlocked. Huh. I was thinking to myself, it's perfectly fine. If we don't get it as a quest reward, we should be able to craft it. And the answer is yes, we should be able to craft the red canisters, although it's gonna take a bit of time. The yellow ones is a no bueno cause we need 100 essential. And yeah, all of them gave me warp. 47 permanent. It's okay, what can you do? Yeah, it does seem that Endstone is a far better option. When you pulverize it, there's also a chance of getting a tiny pile of tungstate, which at this very moment is like a treasure for us. And from centrifuging it, there's always a good chance. But if I'm not wrong, we need 14 dust in order to make 4 ingots. And it's a very crazy and complicated process. Last time that we were playing, it was just like centrifuging it and cooking it. I do have to work on the crop, it's just that I hate crops. But I have also been thinking, if we want to go to Mars, we do have a slight issue. I need to get way more meteoric iron from the moon, and we have to make one more trip, at least. Does say use a miner, but I'm carrying a crazy amount of oxygen with me, I'm carrying a lot of bags and a lot of chests, so we should be fine. And I have fortune on my hammer. I was searching what kind of quests are going to give us Ceton boosted diesel as a reward. Because if you guys remember, we don't have any production of it and basically we're just collecting rewards. And yes, there is another reward for it. And it gives you 1 stack. And this is a medium voltage machine, it's easy to craft, so we don't have any problems. For tier 3, I think we have to make the rocket fuel, so this is going to be redundant anyways. So let me get geared up and I will see you on the moon. Well, thankfully this time that we landed on the moon, it was daytime, so there were no mobs. And considering the fact that it is daytime, maybe we should collect the meteors above ground. I need to gather 32 pieces, and they're not very efficient. Also, you might notice that I did bring my backpacks, even though I did bring the compressed chest. There is a good reason for it, which I will share it with you after I have changed my oxygen. Yes. Much better. So the thing is, if your inventory gets full, you have to place down the chest, empty your inventory, and then break the chest, pick it up, and then continue mining. With the backpacks, everything goes automatically inside and you just have to right click on the chest. And since we have a lot of them, it's gonna be stacks and stacks and stacks. This time we're going to try and gather some moon turf. There's a stupid quest which if I gather 512 of moon turf, moon dirt and moon rock, it's gonna give me a talisman. It's not a big deal, we should be able to craft it, but it does remove negative effects at the cost of durability. Gathering 32 is gonna take ages. I have a few at the base, but I need maybe 10 more. They do randomly drop in chunks that you have spent some time in, so maybe we shouldn't get that far away. Actually, ideally we're looking for these, the small ores. They give you like 5 or 6 pieces and they're great. Anyways, let me gather some resources and I'll be right back. Well, at least the talisman quest is done. We're going to claim it when we go back home. Well, now we have 27 meteoric iron and I'm not gonna look for more. I'm sure that we have 10 at the base, so the quest should be fine. From now on, we're just gonna look for small ores. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye. One thing that I'm not really sure of is that is it even worth looking for ores? Because every single ore that I can find on the moon, I can also find it on Mars, and actually a better quality. Instead of processing ilmenite, I just get straight titanium. So maybe we just gather the meteoric iron and go back home? I don't really know. I will focus on the meteoric iron and then, well, if I have enough time and oxygen, I'll mine some resources. Bye bye again.